Agility. Agility. Agility.
Yes, he's back with the FP6 shotgun. And that was a little bit of a close range kill right there, and another kill right there. Dude tripped it like. I love the ragdoll effect whenever you shoot people with shotguns. It's always been like that in CoD. It seems like their bodies usually just go flying, and it just usually looks goofy, and I like that. I don't know, it's just something, you know, little things about games like this that just make me laugh. If you're wondering what I'm doing right here, I'm not tactically immobilizing myself or camping. I'm actually waiting for these guys to pass by because I'm trying to get an opportunity to get a bunch of kills. And unfortunately, I died by this dude sitting back there. I missed the third guy. I knew there was a guy back there, but I tried to clean that guy up and get around the corner before he shot me. But he had an AK-12, and you know that thing drops fast. So, you know, that was my bad luck. But, you know, I probably shouldn't have done that. But anyway, I wanted to talk about a few things that have been on my mind, of course, with Call of Duty. That is, you know, Ghost. So I've been playing Ghost a little bit recently. As you can see, this is a pretty recent gameplay. I actually just started getting this. I think they did pretty well. I like using the FP6 shotgun, or pretty much any shotgun in this game, because they're actually, you know, pretty fun. I think the IW did a pretty good job on making the shotguns fun to use in this game, and all of them are pretty balanced, with the exception of maybe the Bulldog. I still don't know if it's OP. A lot of people said it's not really OP, it's just extremely easy to use, which I'm not going to lie, it is, because, you know, it's pretty much a spray and pray shotgun, and it's really difficult to balance semi-auto shotguns or even automatics. I will have to say though, in MW3 the AA-12 was very balanced, except more or less it was underpowered. It wasn't really overpowered, it was just, it wasn't useless, because I mean you've seen some of my montage and mini-tage clips of it. You know, I didn't do pretty bad with it, but its range was significantly decreased, seeing as it was very overpowered in MW2. A lot of people thought it was OP, a lot of people thought it was underpowered in MW2, but if a lot of you remember post-patch, or actually I think it was pre-patch, before the nerf of the AA-12 and MW2, if they even nerfed it, I could have swore they did, but the range on it was about, you know, equivalent to a nerfed SPAS 12, probably with a suppressor. You know, it had pretty good range, especially when you paired it with steady aim, and it got a lot of range for an automatic shotgun, and it put out quite a bit of damage. I don't remember the damage statistics. I think per pellet it's like 20 damage, and it shot, I think, 8 pellets. So you can only imagine at that range, you know, it's doing a lot of damage, and that's just per shell. So do a little bit of math in your head. I'm not going to for the sake of this video, but you guys can kind of figure it out if you just do a little bit of mathematics. That's a lot of damage that thing can put out, and I think with extended mags I have like, what, 12 shells in the chamber, which is pretty crazy. So yeah, it got a significant nerf in MW3, and it results in it being nearly useless unless you had specialists, where you could get damage proficiency and the range proficiency, which made it a lot better and a lot more usable. But I always ran specialists in MW3 because it was a lot of fun. I would occasionally mix it up, use the assault streaks because they were a lot of fun to use. And speaking of kill streaks, Call of Duty Ghost, again, I'm just going to talk about this really briefly. As you guys know, the kill streaks are usually not that fun to use. Some people can argue and differ their opinions, saying, you know, some of them are fun. I'm not going to lie, some of them can be fun to use, but for the most part, they're pretty unfun and pretty useless for the majority of the time. Even the support streaks are even kind of useless, and there's occasional ones that are pretty good. And that was a nice little cleanup there. I went around their back of their base and cleaned up a few guys, did a little bit of sliding and all that. And but, you know, back to the kill streaks though. The kill streaks, yeah, you know, they're not that useful, and I don't really like them in the Ghost, so that's why I run Specialist. I've told you guys this before. And I want to talk about the slide feature and just the movement in Call of Duty also. So I think in Ghost they got a lot of things right, and they also got a few things wrong with the movement. I think they went down the wrong path when they decided to make it where there is no perk that allows you to mantle over objects faster. They just decided to take that out, as far as I'm aware. You know, I don't think there's any perk that allows you to mantle over stuff or climb over stuff faster, which, you know, kind of sucks for rushers, because it really slows the pace down whenever you have to climb over an object, especially like windows and stuff. You're very slow, and this dude kills me with the Bulldog, or a C4. I think it was the Bulldog actually from that range. Pretty far range for a semi-auto shotgun, but you know, that dude, he's in the corner with the s'mores. But honestly though, that's not good to have a slow pace thing. I think they should always have a perk like Dexterity in Black Ops 2. You can just climb up stuff faster, whether it's ladders, windows or just anything. I think that helps out a lot with the movement and pace of the game. But you also need to have an unlimited sprint perk, not a longer sprint. They did that right. They got that right in Ghost. They gave you a limited sprint. They have a perk for it, which is great. I like that. I think lightweight also needs to be in the game just because it also keeps the pace up. And I know a lot of people say it doesn't need to be in the game because the game can't keep up with the character movements. Let's be honest here, that's only because they're using a 10-plus-year-old game. If they had a newer engine, I think it'd be just fine, but that's just my opinion. Then again, I don't think these developers even know how to handle a new engine because they're not really even good at their own job. Ever since Zampella, and I can't remember the other guy's name, but the two main guys that worked on Infinity Ward's division of Call of Duty, ever since they left, it's not been the same, and it's a shame. But you've been making games for this long. You would think they would at least have an idea how to generally make a game, seeing as they pretty much copy and paste it every year anyway. But I don't know, I'm not a developer, so I wouldn't be able to know these things. So they get killed by a wonderful little IED placement there. Can't really avoid those things, and it's a little bit crazy, but I don't know. I think Ghost got a lot of things right with the movement, but that's just one thing I like to see the next time they make another Call of Duty, even though I'm probably not going to buy it. But it'd be nice to see on YouTube if they actually made it where you could mantle over stuff faster and just fix the movement, make it a little bit more smooth. But I hope you guys enjoyed this commentary. You guys, of course, have an awesome day, and I'll see you in the next one.